My beloved child. Pause where you are. Do not rush past this moment, because something has been unfolding behind the scenes for much longer than you realize. There are messages that arrive too early and lose their meaning. There are answers that come too late and lose their purpose. But then there are rare moments that seem almost impossible, when every hidden piece finally begins to move into place at the exact time your heart is ready to receive it. This is one of those moments. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every word you hear today has been leading toward a revelation that connects your present, your past, and the person whose heart has been quietly searching for the truth about you. For a long time, you believed that the chapter involving your past had already been closed forever. You convinced yourself that nothing new could possibly come from memories you had already buried beneath years of silence. You smiled through days that felt empty. You carried yourself through seasons when nobody understood the weight hidden behind your calm expression. People saw your strength, but they never saw the countless nights when your heart whispered questions that no one else could hear. Heaven noticed every silent tear that never reached your eyes. Every lonely prayer that never became words. Every quiet decision to keep moving forward when standing still would have been easier. But while you believed your past was fading into the distance, someone else was unknowingly walking closer to its truth. Don't skip. Your soulmate has reached a place where their heart refuses to remain silent any longer. They have carried something inside for days, perhaps even longer, wondering whether they should tell you what they have finally begun to understand. It is not gossip. It is not judgment. It is not an attempt to reopen old wounds. It is something far more meaningful. They have discovered that understanding your past changes the way they see your future. The more they reflect on everything they have learned about you, the more they realize there is a story behind your smile that deserves compassion instead of assumptions. Recently, while surrounded by ordinary moments, something extraordinary happened. It did not begin with loud signs or dramatic events. It began with stillness. A simple thought entered their heart without warning. One memory connected to another. One forgotten detail suddenly explained another mystery. Conversations that once sounded ordinary suddenly carried a completely different meaning. Small pieces that never seemed connected now formed a picture that could no longer be ignored. In that quiet realization, your soulmate became completely still. Their heart whispered something they had never considered before. There is more to this person's story than anyone has ever understood. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Since that realization, they have found themselves thinking about you at unexpected times. While walking through their day, your name quietly appears in their thoughts. While everyone around them is focused on ordinary conversations, they find themselves wondering how many battles you fought without anyone standing beside you. They wonder how many times you smiled simply to protect others from worrying about you. They wonder how much courage it took for you to keep believing in love after disappointment tried to convince you otherwise. Little by little, admiration replaced curiosity. Compassion replaced uncertainty. Respect replaced every unanswered question. And now there is something inside them that refuses to remain hidden. They want to talk to you. Not because they want to revisit pain. Not because they want to bring back memories that should remain forgotten. But because they believe one honest conversation could finally remove a burden you have carried for far too long. Don't skip. Many people believe soul connections are built only through beautiful moments. They imagine that love grows only through laughter, excitement, and shared dreams. But heaven often writes a different story. Sometimes the deepest connection begins when someone chooses to understand the chapters everyone else ignored. Sometimes the strongest bond is created when someone sees beyond appearances and recognizes the hidden courage another person never speaks about. That is exactly where your soulmate stands today. They are no longer looking at who you were. They are looking at everything you survived. Every disappointment. Every misunderstanding. Every goodbye. Every silent lesson that quietly shaped the person you have become. The more they reflect on your journey, the more amazed they become. Because instead of allowing hardship to harden your heart, you continued hoping. Instead of allowing disappointment to define your future, you kept moving. Instead of allowing fear to control your life, you chose faith, even when faith felt difficult. And that realization has completely changed the way they see you. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another reason this conversation has become so important to them. Deep inside, they have begun realizing that your past may have left questions inside your heart that were never answered. Questions you stopped asking because time convinced you that answers would never come. Yet sometimes heaven allows someone new to arrive carrying the very understanding you never expected to receive. Not because they lived your journey, but because they have taken the time to truly see it. That is rare. Very rare. Most people listen only long enough to prepare their next response. Very few listen deeply enough to understand another person's heart. Your soulmate has become one of those rare people. Without realizing it, they have started seeing your life through compassion instead of assumptions. They have begun recognizing the strength hidden beneath your silence. The kindness hidden beneath your caution. The hope hidden beneath your hesitation. And because of everything they now understand, they know there is something important they can no longer keep inside. Don't skip. Imagine someone standing before a beautiful painting while only seeing one corner of the canvas. They might believe they understand the picture. But the moment they step back, everything changes. Colors connect. Shapes begin making sense. Hidden details suddenly become impossible to ignore. That is exactly what has happened inside your soulmate's heart. They stepped back. They looked at your story differently. And suddenly they realized your past was never the whole picture. It was only one chapter. Only one season. Only one page in a much greater story that heaven has continued writing long after you believed the ending had already been decided. That realization has filled them with quiet determination. They no longer want assumptions between you. They no longer want silence where honesty belongs. They no longer want unanswered questions standing between two hearts that deserve complete understanding. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this unseen story continues unfolding, your soulmate keeps returning to the same thought over and over again. If only they knew what I finally understand. Those words echo inside their heart more often than they expect. Not because they feel sorry for you. Not because they believe you need rescuing. But because they have discovered something precious. They have discovered that your greatest strength was never found in the moments when life was easy. Your greatest strength was revealed in the moments when nobody believed you could continue, yet you did. And now, because they finally understand that truth, they are preparing for a conversation that could become one of the most meaningful moments of your journey. Don't look away now. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you, and this is only the beginning of what heaven is about to reveal. Before another second slips away, listen with your whole heart, because what is about to unfold is the very reason this message found you today. There are conversations that people rehearse 100 times but never have the courage to begin. There are words that remain hidden for so long that they almost become part of the silence itself. But your soulmate has reached that unforgettable moment where keeping everything inside feels impossible. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every passing moment is bringing them closer to speaking openly about something they never imagined they would discuss with you, your past, your memories, and especially the person you once believed would remain only a distant chapter of your life. For days, they have carried an unusual feeling they could not explain. It would appear unexpectedly during ordinary moments. While looking out a window, while walking through familiar places, while sitting quietly after a long day, your name would suddenly enter their thoughts. It was never forced. It always arrived gently, yet every time it did, another question followed close behind. They found themselves wondering if your heart was still carrying invisible answers that had never been spoken aloud. The more they reflected, the stronger that feeling became. It no longer felt like simple curiosity. It felt like an invitation to understand you more deeply than anyone ever had before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came a quiet realization that completely changed everything. Your soulmate stopped looking at your past as a collection of old memories. Instead, they began seeing it as a journey that shaped the incredible person standing before them today. Suddenly, every quality they admired in you made sense. Your patience. Your kindness. Your careful way of trusting others. Your ability to remain gentle even after disappointment. They realized those qualities were not accidents. They were treasures formed through experiences that few people ever stopped to understand. And then another thought entered their heart, one that refused to leave. What if they still believe they have to carry that story alone? That single question stayed with them longer than any other. It followed them through the day. It returned during quiet evenings. It even greeted them when they woke the next morning. The answer never changed. No. You were never meant to carry it alone. That realization filled their heart with compassion stronger than they had ever expected to feel. They no longer wanted to know your story simply because it belonged to your past. They wanted to understand it because it belonged to you. Every chapter, even the difficult ones, helped shape the remarkable person they now cared about so deeply. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another reason this conversation has become impossible for them to ignore. They have quietly noticed that whenever your past is mentioned, something changes in your expression. Perhaps it lasts only for a second. Perhaps no one else notices it. But they do. They see the pause before you answer. They notice the smile that suddenly becomes quieter. They recognize the strength it takes to move the conversation somewhere else. They have begun realizing that some stories are not forgotten simply because time passes. Some stories remain silent because the heart is still waiting for someone safe enough to hear them. And that realization has changed the way they see you forever. Instead of wondering what happened, they wonder how brave you must have been. Instead of asking why things ended, they ask how you found the courage to begin again. Instead of focusing on yesterday, they focus on the hope that still shines inside your heart today. That hope inspires them more than they can explain. Don't skip. Because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has also discovered something remarkable about themselves. The closer they grow to understanding you, the less interested they become in appearances or assumptions. They are learning that genuine connection is built through honesty, patience, and understanding. Every hidden chapter you never spoke about has made them appreciate your strength even more. They no longer see someone defined by yesterday. They see someone who continued choosing kindness when life could have made them bitter. They see someone who continued believing in tomorrow even after difficult seasons tried to steal that hope away. That is why this conversation matters. Not because your past controls your future, but because understanding your journey allows love to become stronger than misunderstanding. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine standing before a beautiful sunrise after a long night. The darkness was real. The waiting was real. Yet neither could stop the morning from arriving. In the same way, your soulmate believes your brightest chapter was never behind you. They believe it has been quietly approaching all along, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself. And now they feel that moment drawing closer with every passing day. Their heart keeps repeating the same thought. I don't want them to wonder anymore. I don't want unanswered questions to remain between us. I want them to know they are fully understood. Those quiet thoughts have become impossible for them to ignore. That is why they want to speak. That is why they want to share what they have finally realized. That is why this message feels so important today. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Perhaps the greatest surprise is not what they have learned about your past. Perhaps the greatest surprise is what they discovered about your heart because of it. They discovered loyalty that never demanded recognition. Faith that continued even after disappointment. Compassion that remained alive despite difficult memories. Hope that refused to disappear. These qualities cannot be purchased. They cannot be borrowed. They are earned through life itself. And seeing them inside you has filled your soulmate with admiration deeper than words can fully express. Now they are standing at the edge of an unforgettable conversation, carrying understanding instead of assumptions, peace instead of confusion, and sincerity instead of fear. They are not preparing to remind you of yesterday. They are preparing to show you that someone finally sees the complete picture of who you truly are. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the words they have been holding inside may become the very conversation that changes everything you thought they understood about you, and this is only the beginning of what is about to be revealed. Take a deep moment and keep listening, because the story is now reaching the place where everything begins to make sense. What seemed like scattered memories are slowly coming together, and your soulmate is standing in the middle of a realization they never expected to have. This is not an ordinary thought that appeared for a moment and disappeared. It has remained with them, growing stronger each day, until it became impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There comes a rare moment in every meaningful connection when one person suddenly understands the other in a way no explanation could ever achieve. That moment has quietly arrived. Your soulmate is no longer trying to guess who you are. They are beginning to see who you have always been beneath every smile, every quiet pause, and every chapter you never fully explained. They have started recognizing that your heart has always carried far more strength than anyone realized. As they reflected on everything they have learned about you, one unexpected realization continued returning to them. They understood that your past was never the story that defined you. Instead, it became the place where your resilience quietly grew. Every disappointment taught compassion. Every unanswered question taught patience. Every difficult goodbye created space for wisdom that could never have been learned any other way. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate now believes there is something your former relationship unknowingly revealed, not about failure, but about your character. They realize that even when life became uncertain, you never stopped hoping for something genuine. Even when circumstances became confusing, you continued treating others with kindness. Even when your heart could have become guarded forever, a part of you still believed that real understanding was possible. That realization has completely changed the way they look at you. Instead of seeing someone with a complicated past, they see someone with extraordinary courage. Instead of seeing old memories, they see valuable lessons. Instead of seeing what was lost, they see everything you gained without even realizing it. The more they understand, the deeper their respect becomes. They have found themselves replaying small conversations you once had together. At the time, those conversations seemed simple. But now every sentence carries a different meaning. Every quiet pause reveals another hidden layer. They remember moments when you smiled while carefully changing the subject. They remember times when your eyes reflected wisdom beyond your years. They remember moments when you encouraged others, even while carrying your own silent questions. Only now do they truly understand what those moments meant. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another reason they want to speak with you. They have realized that some people only hear your words. But very few people hear your heart. Your soulmate wants to become one of those rare people. They want to understand not only what happened, but how those experiences shaped your dreams, your hopes, and the beautiful way you continue believing in tomorrow. That desire has become stronger than ever before. It is no longer driven by curiosity. It is driven by genuine care. Every day they wait feels longer than the last because they know this conversation has the power to remove misunderstandings that never should have existed in the first place. Sometimes heaven does not change a person's future by changing their circumstances. Sometimes it changes everything simply by bringing complete understanding between two hearts. That is exactly what is beginning to happen. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine carrying a book your entire life while everyone judged it only by its cover. They never opened the pages. They never discovered the incredible story written inside. They simply assumed they already knew everything worth knowing. Your soulmate refuses to do that. They want to read every page with patience. They want to understand every chapter with compassion. They want to appreciate every lesson that helps shape the remarkable person standing before them today. And as they continue reflecting, another astonishing realization has quietly settled inside their heart. They believe that your greatest quality has never been your appearance, your achievements, or even your words. Your greatest quality has always been the quiet strength you displayed when nobody was watching. That strength cannot be imitated. It cannot be taught overnight. It is built one faithful step at a time. And now they see it more clearly than ever before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments when they almost begin the conversation in their imagination. They picture themselves saying, "There is something I finally understand." Then they imagine your surprise. They imagine the silence that follows. Not an uncomfortable silence, but the peaceful silence that comes when someone finally feels completely seen. That is the moment they keep returning to in their thoughts. Not because they expect perfection, but because they believe honesty creates the strongest foundation any connection can have. Their heart continues whispering the same message. No more assumptions. No more unanswered questions. No more wondering. Only truth, understanding, and peace. That quiet promise has become their guiding thought. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this unseen journey continues unfolding, your soulmate has also discovered something unexpected about themselves. They have become more patient, more thoughtful, more grateful. Simply because knowing your story has inspired them to become a better version of themselves. They now understand that true connection is not built by pretending the past never happened. It is built by appreciating how every chapter prepared two hearts to meet at exactly the right time. And perhaps that is the greatest revelation of all. Nothing meaningful was wasted. Every lesson had a purpose. Every season carried hidden growth. Every delay quietly prepared something greater. Now your soulmate stands closer than ever to sharing what has been resting inside their heart for so long. They believe that when the moment finally arrives, you will not simply hear words, you will feel understanding, acceptance, and a peace that has been quietly approaching all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because something huge is waiting for you. And the next chapter will reveal the heartfelt message your soulmate has been longing to share about your past, your present, and the hopeful future they now see with you.